Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. It is Dr. Katie Henry, and I want to welcome you to our training tonight on shifting your frequency. So before we dive into anything, I want to congratulate you for showing up, especially those of you who are on live. So often we sign up for things, we say we're going to do things, and then life happens and we forget. Right? So you committed, you showed up, and you took the time to be here. So I want you to celebrate that for yourself. That's the first step in creating a shift. Today, we're going to be talking about lots of different ways for you to create shifts in your life. And this is a very timely time with everything that's happening in the world. And also, for those of you who are more into astrology, it is actually a new moon today. And what that means is a time for new intentions, new goals, new things you want to like manifest and create in your life, and also an opportunity to release anything that's not serving you. I'm going to go into that a little bit more in a little bit, but I want you to know that the timing of this could not be more perfect. So get excited, celebrate yourself for being here, and know that if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you want to manifest something in your life, you want to create something, you have these goals and you're not where you want to be, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And you can create and shift anything you want and desire. And sometimes it's just about creating and finding the right tools. So if you are feeling stuck, like a couple of you are saying, you're feeling a lack of maybe lack of clarity, but you're motivated and you're ready to go, perfect. You are in the exactly right spot. So I want you to understand, before we talk about shifting or changing or creating something new, what I want you to know and understand right now is that you are whole, you are complete, and you are perfect exactly as you are. Everything we are talking about today is not about changing who you are as a person and at your core, okay? Actually, everything we are talking about today is going to help you get back to that, because we have experience in our lives, we have situations happen, things go in our mind, and we forget who we are. And if you guys are in my group, you know that group is called You Are Magic, because it's true. You're magic, you're beautiful, you're whole, you're complete. You've got this. And so I want you to remember that, because that's where we're starting from. That's our foundation. And it's about going back to that. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a lot of different tools today. And what I want you to know is that everything I'm talking about today is a choice, is an opportunity for you to choose, and you can pick which tools you want to choose. So my question I have for you is, are you ready to choose, and are you ready to take action? And if you are, please type in the comments, I am creating my life, because you are. You are creating everything that has happened in your life. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Perfect. You guys are saying it. Have the right type of people listening. Thank you. And I also want you to understand that whatever's happened in your life now and you're wanting to shift, great. You get to do something about it. You get to create something new and something different. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I forgot. I have something fun that I wanted to do, and I want to tell you this before I get into our content. I thought it would be really fun to give you guys who are here live the opportunity to win a prize, which I will reveal at the end. And so the way that you can win that prize is if you take a photo of this training, or you can make it, actually would be better is if a video of something I'm talking about that you're like, oh, that, yes, I like that, and share it. So you can share it on all forms of social media, and just tag me. So it's Katie Henry on Facebook, and then my Instagram is Dr. Katie Henry, and I'm gonna just type this in there, and just make sure you tag me so that I can keep track of who posts and shares things, and then I will email the person that wins, and I'll tell you what you can win at the end. So that's just a fun little thing that I felt called to do. So you can win a prize. Okay, so what is energy and what is frequency and what does any of this stuff mean? You can approach this in a couple different ways. You can talk about this from a space of like quantum physics. You can talk about it from actual physics. You can talk about it from like woo and vibe. I'm going to explain to you what vibration actually is and what frequency is. And I'm going to give you visuals so that you can understand what people are talking about when they're saying like, oh, there's a vibe here that's not good, or oh, that person's so high vibe, or that person's really low vibe. I want you to be able to understand what that means so that you can shift it, so that you can change it. Okay. So all of these tools, when it comes from shifting our frequency, is to bring us back into alignment. Does that make sense when I say alignment? Alignment is, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more about myself so you guys can understand how this all comes together. But alignment is everything works, everything clicks. Our physical body gets into alignment when we sit with good posture and we sit straight. When we have all of our bones and everything lined up, we're aligned, and then actually our body doesn't have to work so hard to keep us upright. That's physical alignment in our body. That happens emotionally, that happens spiritually, that happens energetically. We're going to talk about all these different areas. But alignment is really what I was saying in the beginning, is coming back to the truth of who you are. Does that make sense? Are you craving to feel more aligned? Are you craving to feel more certain in yourself? If the answer is yes, perfect. You are in the right spot, because that's exactly what we're talking about today. That's exactly what this is for. Okay, so back to what the heck is vibration and what the heck is frequency. So we are just energy. Energy, everyone is made up of energy. We're like 99.99999% energy. Perfect. Yes, you guys are getting it. Great. I want you to just think of our body and our being and our mind. All of it is just all these little balls, bing, 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 bouncing around. We're just little balls and bundles of energy. Vibration, when you think of something being high vibe or low vibe, is the movement back and forth of the particles. So the best way to think of this is a wave, right? So the vibration is the movement back and forth. It's a wave. So when you look at vibration, it looks like a wave. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And so what I want you to know and understand is your vibration can be high, it can be low, and that can happen all in the same day and in the same moment. What high vibration means is high movement. And it's like ping, 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 ping. That's high vibration. And what I want you to think of, because emotions are tied in, when I talk about the emotional approach, you guys will get this more, but when emotions that are higher vibration, your body is like, yeah, this feels good, right? Joy, excitement, awe, love, like all of these things are exciting and you're wanting to go and move. And it's just like, I have to tell the world that I feel joyful and I feel love and I feel amazing. It's because what's happening is the particles that make you up are moving very fast. Ping, 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 joy, love, yay, everything is great. Okay. Now, when you're feeling or experiencing somewhere that's a lower vibration, like sadness, like doubt, like guilt, like shame, it's heavy. It's moving slower. You experience those things and you just want to curl up in a ball and you don't want to go anywhere, right? Those are lower vibrational things, and things slow down. Now, the beauty of the different vibrations is you can find growth in both. Your frequency is the measurement of your vibration. So your frequency is the rate at which vibration occurs. So what that means is, in order to go from low to high or high to low, you have to shift your frequency. You've got to move fast or move slow. And so your wave, that's like this, your vibration, the frequency, if it's a higher frequency, is and you can think of it from the space of a sound wave. There's one space you can actually hear it. When things travel at the speed of light, you can't actually see the speed that light is moving, right? Light is just boom, right? And that has a higher frequency because it's moving very quickly. So if you want to shift your frequency, what that means is you're going to just move quickly. You're going to move quicker through things. And so what we're talking about today is the ability for you to move through different things in different parts in your life and approach it in different ways so that you can shift and you can go up and down and up and down and up and down, and you can do it quicker. So that when you feel sad or you feel down or you feel heavy or you feel depressed or you feel whatever, you don't have to sit in that for days, weeks, months. You have to experience it, but you don't have to stay there. That's what we're talking about. Does anyone have any questions about the basic definition of all of this stuff? Because if we don't get that part, then the next part might be a little confusing. We good? Yes? Yes? Okay, perfect. And what I want you guys to understand is this is really a dance. It's a dance between good, bad, yet, and not even good, bad, high, low, up, down, moving in and out. It's a dance, but that's life, right? Life is not going to always be sunshine and rainbows and perfect. And to think that it's only going to be that is to deny being a human being. Let's be real. Okay. So we're learning how to, navigate this dance and this thing that is our life. And that's perfect. And that's great. So how do we move? How do we shift our frequency? There's a plethora of ways. What I have done for tonight is bring it into 5 buckets. And these are 5 areas. I call them 5 pillars. And these are 5 pillars that create the foundation for everything in our lives, everything in our relationships, everything in our businesses, everything in all different aspects. It's the foundation of everything. And then I'm going to take each of those 5 areas. It's physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual. And I'm going to talk about each of those 5 areas, and I'm going to give you examples on how you can shift it in each space. Okay? Here we go. All right, so physical. From the physical aspect, you want to ask yourself, how am I fueling my body? What am I putting into my, hold on. Before I go into any of this, I need to explain something. Because some of you don't know me or my story or like why I am talking about this and why I'm talking about these 5 areas. So I think that it would be helpful for you guys if I explain this very quickly so that you have a better understanding. So like I said, my name is Dr. Katie Henry. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I'm a certified health coach. I'm a intuitive business coach, and I have a plethora of training in the physical body, the mind, the spiritual body. I'm not going to list every single thing that I've learned and experienced, but I want you to understand that I've had the opportunity to grow through a lot of different things in my life. I have created a successful business multiple times. I had the opportunity to pack up everything and travel the world and follow my joy is what I called it. And I got to experience things. I had amazing, incredible health. I was a college athlete, and then I lost it all. And I had like exhaustion and collapsing at work and the swine flu, which is very similar to what's going around now. And all of these things. And I had a point in my life where it was like everything looked great on the outside, but inside it wasn't aligned. It wasn't clicking. And I didn't have the sense of balance in these 5 areas. Like either health was amazing, but finances were terrible, or business was booming and that was great. And so was my relationships and connections and my physical body, but my spiritual connections and my mindset and my emotions were a mess. And it had to all kind of fall apart and crumble, for me to bring it all back together to recreate what has given me the opportunity to understand that it's not about finding balance. It's about understanding that everything works together. And so you may not feel perfect in the physical area every day, but you have a tool to shift it. And that's when you pick it up with your mindset or your spiritual belief and connection. And you've got to have everything work together and feel supported, and also know that you don't have to do it all yourself, because that is not worth it. And it's a lot harder to do on your own. And so my hope and prayer for sharing this with you is that you have the understanding that you have it all within you, and you don't have to seek outside of yourself to fix yourself. You get to remember what you are capable of, and then you get to lean on support of people who are there to help you remember what you have within yourself. You want to find people in your life that can empower you to take the action, but not do it for you, because that doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'll tell you that for a fact. So as I go over these pillars, I want you to see, like, this is an area for me to grow. And when I'm saying something that you're like, this is the area that I really want to grow in, share it, write it down, claim it, say, I'm choosing to shift this aspect of myself, because then you can bring it all together. Okay. So when we look at these 5 pillars, starting with the physical body, you want to look at how are you fueling your body, and understanding, going back to the fact that we're all energy, everything has energy and vibration. So the food that you're eating, the food that you're putting in your body, how does it make you feel? And if you are feeling dense and heavy and low and kind of blah, what are you putting in? What are you drinking? Are you drinking enough water? And I know some of these things might seem very simple, but it's very important for you to understand that our body is our vessel. And as we talk about the other aspects, emotion, mindset, spiritual, they do not exist without our physical body. We are not a human being without our physical body. So you've got to honor your body and honor the vessel that is your actual body. So if you're thinking, okay, I'm low vibe, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling stuck, I'm feeling stagnant, how can you fuel yourself with higher vibrational foods? Things that are going to be uplifting and energizing. And no, do not start chugging coffee. That is not going to shift and raise your vibration. It's going to make you jittery, and it's going to raise your heart rate, and you're going to be like this all the time. I used to drink a whole pot of coffee all the time, and I was like, why is my hand always trembling? Oh, it's from all the caffeine. So eat foods that will energize your body and fuel your body. Nutrient dense foods, green leafy vegetables, smoothies that have healthy fats, vegetables, like things that are going to fuel you. Things that are not going to energize your body are usually things like alcohol, too much caffeine, dairy, gluten, soy. And I'm not saying you have to cut everything out, but those are things that really impact our body in a way that can take us down. In the same way, let's say you're very high and you're jittery and you're all over the place and you need foods that ground you. You need foods that calm you down. Some nice rooted teas, some root vegetables, sweet potatoes, leafy, like dense foods, soups, stews, that kind of stuff that's going to bring you grounded back into your body, ginger, those kinds of things that are going to help ground you in and actually make you feel heavier and more dense, which is a lower vibration. But that lower vibration doesn't always have to be a bad thing, right? It's going to ground you into your body. So my question for you is, how are you fueling your body? And I want you to share. Are you fueling your body with things that make you feel good, that make you feel energized, that make you feel like, yes, let's go, bring on the day? Or are you just shoving something in your face just so that you can? Okay? Because your food is your fuel that will help you do all the things that you want to do. And the other thing with the physical space is movement. Movement and exercise is truly just moving energy. It is moving energy, it is releasing energy, it is letting things flow within your body. It's why your heart starts pumping. It's why you have, there can be sweating, all this stuff. You're bringing movement into your body. So if you're feeling lower vibration and down, move your body, you will change your mind. Move your body, you will change your mind. Move, shift, things will become different. It happens physiologically in all parts, but it also impacts your mind, which is going to be the next thing we talk about. So when it comes to the physical aspect, if you want to shift something, look and ask yourself the question, how am I fueling my body? Okay. All right. So as we move into the mental aspect, the mind, the mindset, your thoughts create your habits, and your habits create your routines and your beliefs. And that starts to create your life. Your thoughts create your reality. It's very, very true. We're run on about 95% of our subconscious programming from when we were younger. It's something that we work through all the time, right? Our conscious mind, we get to use it to shift things and to shift and change. But the other thing I want you to know about your mind and your mindset is your expectations will also create your reality. And so what are you expecting of yourself? And I think that when you are looking at, I want to shift into something better, I want to do something more, I want to do this, and I want to go here. Yes, of course, dream big. I am a huge dreamer. Please dream. And are you also telling yourself the story that I dream and I go for this and I always fall short and I fail and it's hard and I did something wrong? Those are heavy. Those are low vibration. Those are dense. So you can dream all you want. But if your expectations are, well, I want this, but I can't really have it, your reality will be a reflection of what you expect and what you believe in your mind, your beliefs. So really, you can set goals and you can have big dreams, but if that does not match the belief systems that you have, that's going to continue to run the show. And I don't want that to sound like, oh my God, I have so much work to do. That's not the case. And that's not the truth here. What is true is that you get to think a better thought. So when you're in a space of feeling low or down or low vibe, and you want to go to high and you want to go into a space of joy and love and wealth and gratitude and all of that good stuff, but you're feeling depressed, sad, and down, you're not going to just jump right away. And here's why. If you say, we'll use your health, because we were just talking about our body, right? So you say, I want to feel healthy again. I want to lose some weight so that I can feel healthy. I want to be able to move my body. I want to have energy. I want to do this. So you say, and you write out affirmations. You have these beliefs. I am healthy. I am vibrant. I am amazing. Yes. Great. Then you put on your pants to go to the gym and they don't fit, or part of your stomach hangs over. And by the way, it's okay. You're putting on your pants to go to the gym. You're doing something about it. But the only thing that you can focus on in your mind is oh, these pants do not fit the way I want them to. What is even the point? Why am I doing this? Yes, I'm going, but that's the energy. And those are the thoughts that are coming through. I'm healthy. I'm amazing. Those are the actual things that are coming through, not I'm healthy. I'm amazing. Yes. So when you feel that way, and you feel down about yourself and you don't have the evidence, because this is where it gets challenging. You're like, I can say I'm healthy and I can say that I love my body. I think that would be actually a more accurate thing to say. I love my body. But you don't actually believe it. It's going to be hard for you to say that and mean it. So your goal is to feel healthy, lose weight, whatever. And where you're at right now is, I hate the person I see in the mirror and what I look at, and I hate how these clothes fit me. What's the next best thought? Is, ooh, these pants don't feel comfortable. I am going to the gym. I am doing something. I am proud of myself for taking action and going to that class that I signed up for, just like you did tonight. I'm proud of myself for showing up. I am showing up for myself. I am showing up for my fitness. I am showing up for my health. And then you're like, yes, I am. Good job. And now you're not letting yourself down. You're not breaking promises to yourself. You're starting to build confidence and belief that you will actually do what you say you're going to do. So you do that a little bit more, your body starts to feel better. And now you're like, yeah, of course I'm feeling better. Now you're like, I am strong. I am feeling good. And then you notice like you're lifting weights and you can lift more weights. And then you're like, yes, I am. You've started to build in the same way you're strengthening the physical body's muscle, you're strengthening your mind, and you're starting to believe yourself, and you stop breaking the promises that you made to yourself. And when it comes to our mindset, when we want to reprogram our mind and we want to reprogram the neural circuitry in our brain, when we have a thought that is positive and feels good, and we can feel confident in that and we can believe in it, it signals a reward pathway in our brain that actually releases hormones that say, ooh, this is nice. I want to do this again. Ooh, pleasure. Yes, this is good. Ooh, I like working out. Let me do this more. And so you're actually not just reprogramming the patterns in your brain, but you're also opening up a cascade of hormones to be released in your body to say, yes, give me more of this. This is great. I want more. So you're shifting your mind, you're shifting your body, and you're shifting your emotions, which is what I'm going to go into next. We need to shift. Do you see how everything works together? Is this making sense? All the pieces of the puzzle get to work together. Okay. So now that you've started to shift your mind, so what I want you to think of in the moment of how do I shift my frequency and start to raise my frequency when it comes to my mind and my mindset is, what is a better feeling thought? What is the next best thing? Because our minds and our bodies and our emotions all get to work together. You get to have them come together. Okay. So I want you to do that. Go ahead, type it out. I think the next best thought. And it's just one up the ladder. And then you get to have what's called success stacking, and you start to build your beliefs. I am building my beliefs. That's actually an even better thing to write out. I am building my beliefs. I am building my beliefs. I am building my beliefs. Perfect. Perfect. I'm building my beliefs. Awesome. Good job, guys. Oh, I realized I have it set up so that you can only I can see the comments. Okay, that's okay. I can see what you guys are saying. All right. So now as we move into emotions and our emotions, I want you to understand that feelings and emotions are molecules and our energy in the same way that all of us are, like our physical body is energy. Beautiful. Yes. I love that you guys are writing these out. Beautiful. Lock it in. That helps so much. Their molecules our emotions are held in a molecular form in the same way that if you cut a sliver of your finger and you look at it under a microscope, you see the building blocks of our body, DNA, all that stuff. Same thing happens with our emotions. So what can happen when we talk about shifting and moving our emotions, and I really want you guys to understand this, is it actually can get stored in our body. And this is a little bit more of like a Chinese medicine type principle, but it can get stored in a lot of our organs, things like our kidneys, our lungs, our digestive system, our heart, our chest, our liver. And so some of these emotions can stack on top of each other. And when we don't allow ourselves to feel the emotions, and actually experience both high and low vibrations, then things get stuck and it can create physical symptoms and pain and discomfort in our physical body and in our mind. So again, this is why it's all interconnected, but I'm saying this because this was my experience for, let's say, 30 years of my life. My go-to response and answer was always like, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm good. Nothing's wrong. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. I'm happy. It's great. Yay. And when anyone wanted to talk to me about stuff, I just shut them down. Big wall. No one's allowed in. Nope. Because I wanted everything to always be great and happy and high vibe and joyful. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm a very high vibe, joyful person. And the most growth that I was able to experience is when I allowed myself to feel the lower vibrational things, to feel pain, to feel heartache, to feel sadness, to feel grief, to feel shame. And those are heavy and they are intense and they hurt. And that's scary. And a lot of us don't want to feel that. And so we just push it away and we push it away and we push it away and we push it away. But remember, it gets stored in our bodies. And you think about it as like a pop can. I call it pop. I'm from the Midwest. So you shake it up, you shake up the pop. Okay, so I don't want to be mad, so I'm just going to shove that down there. Okay, I don't want to be angry or upset. I'm going to shove it down, shove it down, shove it down. And everything's held in. And all of a sudden you're shaking, you're shaking, you're shaking. And then you explode. And this anger comes out and this rage, which are the higher two emotions that can be held physically in the body. Those two, they explode. And then all of a sudden you are screaming at someone for no reason. And they're like, what the heck? Where did this come from? Or the anger has lifted and now there's sadness and there's grief and there's all this stuff and you just can't stop crying. And you're just crying and crying and crying. It's because you haven't allowed yourself to feel. Yes, The Body Keeps Score. That's a really good book, Trisha. It's held in the body, and at some point you reach a capacity where your body cannot hold it anymore because we are just energy and you're just stacking energy and eventually it explodes. So understanding that your body has to feel, and you've got to feel all the emotions and feelings and allow yourself to feel it, gives you the opportunity to shift it and change it. But if you just ignore it and pretend and say, I'm numb, nope, don't need it, don't need it, don't need it, you're not going to be able to shift it and change it. This was a huge transformational experience. And I'll be 100% honest with you, when I started coaching, this is what I started coaching people on when I integrated the spiritual and mindset aspect in with health. I created a program called Feel to Heal. I still have it. If any of you want it, get it. This is a powerful thing that teaches you how to actually feel the emotions that are experienced in your body and understand how to digest that so that you can actually heal them, so that you can change them, so that you can shift them, so that you can move into these higher frequencies. So the way that we do this is the same way that we are as people. And especially there's a lot of women on here, especially as women, right? You just want to be heard. You just want to be seen. You just want to be acknowledged, right? So many of us just want someone to say, yes, I hear you. I understand you. I see you. That's exactly what's happening with the emotions that we experience every single day. So the first step in shifting on the emotional level is being aware of the feelings and emotions that you have and saying, I feel sad. I feel shame. I feel guilt. And I feel joy. I feel love. Acknowledge it all. Acknowledge the whole spectrum of it. And it doesn't have to be this whole extreme. There is a scale of the levels of energy, and there's a frequency in all of them. So you can work your way up the scale. Okay. So you don't have to jump from shame to joy, right? It's the same thing as your mindset. Move to the next best feeling emotion. And if you do not allow yourself to acknowledge the feeling, then you are not able to shift it. So just like us as human beings want to be seen, heard, and acknowledged, you've got to allow yourself to feel, acknowledge the feelings, and then say, you get to decide, well, now how do I want to feel? What do I desire? How do I want to feel? Yeah, Laura. So I felt that was me. I didn't feel anything and I was totally numb and I didn't understand how to have the whole spectrum of emotions. It was just like, you just go through it. And what do? When you start to feel it, it's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. But the thing I want to tell you is that feeling the things that we don't want to feel, the harder stuff, the pain, the guilt, the shame, all of it is something that will allow you to feel the highs even higher. Yes, we can't feel what we hide. Your breakup has released decades of loss and pain. So, I think sometimes we have to have a large emotional experience to have us go into that. I would say that was my experience as well. And the heartbreak, I think, is the biggest thing. It shows you, and this is what I want you guys to hear. It shows you what you get to work on. It shows you the patterns and things that are showing up in your life. It shows you, okay, this is my indicator, ding, ding, red flag. And for me, it's like it opens up, what is your core wound? What is your core fear? Is it abandonment? Is it that you're going to lose your identity? Is that you're afraid to die? Is it that, those are the three ones, there's two more, that you're going to lose your sense of self and you're going to lose your purpose. Like those are wounds that drive every single one of us. And so when you have something big like a heartbreak or a breakup, it uncovers and unravels all of the things, but it may get you to your core wound. And then what you can do is you can recognize, oh, my fear of abandonment is showing up here. Okay, great. Now I can do something about it. So that's what all of this is, information for you to shift. And remember, we're just going back to that space that we are magic. We've got this. Here we go. Okay. So emotions, there's a lot to all of these. I could talk for hours about each of these things, but I want you guys to have this understanding that the key to emotions and the key to shifting from anything that feels lower to higher is the awareness piece. And then the decision to decide, well, how do I want to feel, and start to do something that makes you feel that way. So if you want to feel joy, okay, great. What makes you feel good? Do a little bit of that. You may not feel joyful all the time, but you can feel joyful for 2 minutes. So put on a song, feel better, shift it. It's energy. You can shift it. Move, shift. You can do it. Okay. So the next piece that we're moving into is financial. And sometimes people are like, wait, this doesn't make sense. But I want you to think of this on an energy standpoint. So your relationship with money can either feel expansive or contractive. And if I'm saying this and you're like, ooh, why is she talking about this? You are contractive energy. That is very low vibe. That is going to pull you back. So what this is about when you're thinking of finances is, how do they make you feel? How does it show up in your body? What are the thoughts and the beliefs and your feelings around it? I'm not talking numbers and cents and like actual amount of money you're making or anything. I'm talking about the energy of it and how it feels, because we're talking about vibration and frequency, which is all energy. So what is your relationship to the energy around money? So do you use, and this goes with your mindset and with your words and your thoughts, do you use words like, I can't do this because of, I can't afford this, I can't. If that's what you're focusing on, then that is a space of lack, that is contraction, that is, I can't, no, not here. Or is it a more expansive space? Maybe you don't have the finances right now, but you're saying, I am creating this. I am working a job and earning money for this. I have this goal to get rid of my debt. And so what am I doing? I'm moving forward. Instead of saying like, I can't afford, I can't do this, saying and doing and believing things like, I am creating this. I am grateful that I have this card that I can use. And I am grateful that I am working and I'm earning some money and I'm going to create more of it. Because if we are bringing, and so when you think of the money from a lower vibration, is you're moving out of this space of contraction. I've got to do this. This is the only thing I can do. Oh my gosh, fear. I can't do this. I can't do this. That to the expansive space of wealth creation, of I have all of the money that I want and need, and it's amazing, and there's more of it, and it's all coming, and it's coming to me. If you look at very wealthy people, they're just like, yeah, I have it all, and not in that space, but that's their energy and their vibe. They're not worrying and stressed about it. And it can be in a space of, how do you feel more supported? So how do you shift from feeling to feeling way better? Is you start to look at, what can you be grateful for around the finances piece? What can you move into something that feels expansive? How do you feel when you're spending money? Do you feel guilty about it? Do you feel bad about it? How do you feel when you're working? Are you like, yes, this is great. I love the work that I do. I love that I get to show up and create income for myself and my family and all that. Like, what is the energy behind that? Because that will either create more of what you want, and that'll be more. If you're working, let's say you don't have a lot of money and finances in your life right now, but you feel good about it. You enjoy paying your bills. You enjoy going to work. You enjoy all of that stuff. That energy is going to move into the space of finance, is going to raise the frequency and the vibration of all of it. And you're going to start to have more of it. And it's expansive, abundant space. Okay. So the shift comes from how it feels and your relationship with it. Okay. Okay. Next piece is spiritual. The spiritual aspect, when you're looking at shifting your frequency and vibration, is raising it, but raising it not to the point where you are, if you're really spiritual and you're floating and you're like not present in your body and you're just up here floating with the fairies and the angels and the universe and everything is up here. And it's like, hey, we're humans. Let's bring it in. So the spiritual connection is taking that, which I'm a firm believer in all of it, God, universe, angels, all of it, and bringing it into your physical body and your experience. And how you take that and bring it in is through trust. You take the very high vibe spiritual world and you actually bring it lower down into lower vibrations, into the human experience, into your physical body, and you bring it in and you let them marry together to be in alignment so that you can be in both places. They say it in yoga all the time, right? Root to rise. You're rooted in your human experience and your physical body, which is why we do the spiritual part last, rooted in all of this stuff. And then you can reach to something bigger. And you can go into this connection and you can have a sense of faith and trust and an understanding and a belief that everything is there. You are always supported. And so the way you shift into these higher frequencies, but bring the higher frequencies into your physical body and your human experience, is through remembering that you're always fully and completely supported, and that you get to trust and you get to remember that there is magic and truth that lies within you. And that's what you've got to remember. That's what you get to shift. That's where it gets to change. And that's the magic in it, is everything in the spiritual space comes from a space of trust, comes from a space of remembering, comes from a space of an understanding and belief that there is magic that lies within you and the answers are all within you. They are there and you're getting guidance to bring that in. And that is what I have to share with you. So here's what you can win. And here's my opportunity that I want to share with all of you and then I'm going to open it up to questions. So first off, if any of you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A right now. And I'm going to answer them. And I want it to be specifically like, what's going on? How are you feeling? And I can go very specific with you, because I kind of spoke in generalities with all of these pillars. So ask away, hit the Q&A. Good. I see some questions coming in. Perfect. Okay. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to dive deeper into integrating all of this together with me so that you can shift and raise your frequency and raise your vibration. I have an intensive that I did a year ago, and I'm bringing it back and I've upgraded it, and it's called Activate Your Magic. So if you are in my group, it's called Your Magic. This is an opportunity. It's a 22-day kind of deep dive with me on accessing the magic that lies within you. So we're going to release old patterns and programs. You're going to help you get into higher spaces of your brain and your consciousness and your mind, but also understanding how to fuel your body and clear and cleanse your vessel. So it's bringing that space of the mind and the body together. And then we're going to get into the more woo magic parts. And I know some of you guys have connected with me through my channeling. So we're going to tap into how to identify what your superpowers are. So what do I mean by that is, what are your spiritual gifts? Are you clairaudient? Are you clairvoyant? Are you clairsentient? Are you clair empathy, all the different clairs? I'm going to talk about all of them, and I'm going to help you identify what your gifts are. And then you're going to learn how to access them more. You're going to learn and understand how to tap into flow state. So how to access your pituitary gland and reach into higher spaces of consciousness. And then I'm going to teach you guys how to channel. It's a basic part of it. If you want to go deeper into it, that's more of a mentorship thing and experience with me. But you're going to learn how to clear your channel, how to protect your energy. Those are very important spaces. And then understand how to listen to guidance and things that are outside of yourself. We're going to work on how to strengthen your intuition. And you're going to do an exercise called I Am a Channel, where you're actually going to practice channeling with other people. Very powerful experience. And then the last piece of it is really embodying brave leadership to show up for your life and show up for something bigger for you. And so the premise of all of this is really understanding that there is so much magic within you that lies within you. And this is an opportunity to learn from me. And then I'm going to have, there's 5 modules, there's Q&A, and then I do live channeling every single week within the group. So I'm going to share the information on that, and give you guys the opportunity to check that out. It's going to be so much fun. But for those of you who are on here live and share about, whatever in this training that has been good for you, or, take a screenshot and then share anything that you've learned from what I talked about today, you'll have the opportunity to be able to get that course for half off. Yay! And I'm doing a special early bird for those people who sign up by the 22nd. You get to have a, a bonus call with me. So more of a small group call with everybody. Okay. So Kayla. So if you guys have any questions, I just put the link in there. Check it out. I'm going to answer your questions and go from there. The other thing is, if you guys have any questions about anything I've talked about, specifics, and you want to know, how do I do this? What do I do here? Please ask, and you can always email me. I have a bunch of courses, and I work with people one-on-one, and I have a mastermind coming up as well. So if you're I need help with this, just ask, and I can help you. I have a program that can help you, or I probably know somebody who can support you. So the biggest thing to know is you are fully supported and you can be supported. So please feel free to ask. Okay. I have a couple questions here. Kayla, trying to get over a breakup of 3 years ago. Therapy, coaching, and meditation is not working. Any other suggestions? So, there is something for you that needs to be shifted on an energetic level. So first thing is the belief in yourself. So you might be saying one thing that like, I feel great. I feel stronger. I feel better. But there's something in your body and in your mind and in your being that does not believe that. And so what you're doing is you're recreating this space of I am not enough. I do not feel whole and complete. I do not feel that. And that's not true. It's not true, but that's what you believe. And so you've got to shift your belief. So it's that space of not jumping from the mindset part and starting to believe better thoughts and like actually believe it. And so when you write something or you say something, you state something and you actually believe it, you can stand confidently in it. Your body feels good. You feel like relaxed and expansive and you're like, this is good. I can stand strong and firm in this. If you don't believe it, there's going to be this like pain in your gut. You're going to feel this doubt, you know? So that's my first question is when you look at getting over it, how did you feel in that relationship? How do you want to feel? Where are you desiring to go? And like, do you actually believe that goal? Like I was saying this in the beginning, this is the importance of bringing everything to an alignment. This is the importance. This is like this intensive Activate Your Magic is about remembering that everything lies within you and you've got to activate the magic that lies within you. All the answers are within yourself. And so maybe your invitation for any of you guys who are feeling this is a space of, what do I know? Like, what do I know in my core? What is intuitively, what is that intuitive hit that I get? And start listening to that. You trusting, belief, but there also may be energy that is held and tied onto you and you need like doing some energy releasing, energy clearing, cord cutting, energy work. The other thing is like allowing yourself to feel all the emotions. Like, have you actually screamed, released anger, like rage, like rah about it? Have you allowed yourself to feel sad? Have you allowed all of those things to actually happen? That's what you've got to ask yourself, really. Okay. Is this mindset narrative changing law of attraction? Is this mindset narrative changing the law of attraction? So it's not changing the law of attraction. So it's actually having the law of attraction work with you. So so your brain, if you say like, I don't want to feel sad. And so so here's sadness and it's like sadness and heaviness. And you're like, I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel sad. You're still focusing on sadness and your brain will not hear the negative. So your brain just hears, I feel sad. I feel sad. I am sad. I am sad. And so you're going to attract, I am sad. I am sad. I am sad. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel sad. I don't, I want to feel better. I want to feel better. Okay. What is that better feeling? You've got to actually say what that is versus because your brain isn't like, I'm happy. I'm joyful. I feel good. I feel good. You can say, I feel good. I am joyful. I am joyous. But if you don't believe it, you're dropping back into, well, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. So you're going to attract more sadness. So this mindset narrative and the shifting it is having the law of attraction work for you so that instead of saying, I'm not sad, I'm not sad. And saying, well, okay, I don't want to say I'm not sad because I know that then I'll attract more sadness, but saying I'm joyful, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm joyful, I'm joyful, but you don't believe it. You say something in between. I am becoming happier. I am becoming, so it's kind of this I am ing, like an adjective. I am becoming better. I am becoming here. I am shifting into this space. Like it's more of an active experience and you're starting to shift into a higher vibration. But you've got to allow this narrative and this shift is having the law of attraction work for you. If that makes sense. Claudine, how do you build that trust? Okay, so I answered that live. Okay, I answered that live. Claudine, how do you build that trust? From the spiritual perspective, how do you build the trust? So it's the experience of it, it's practice of it. it is the space of harnessing and amplifying and connecting to your intuition. And what I say with that is like, you get a nudge to do something, do it. You feel something, just allow yourself to feel it, take an action from that. So the building trust from a spiritual perspective and from an intuitive perspective, and this is a huge thing I will work on with you in the Activate Your Magic Intensive, because building that intuition is how you open up to be a channel. And this is kind of answering part of your question, Dana. It gives you the ability to say like, yes, this is clear. Yes, this is certain, but you've got to give yourself opportunities to trust more. So if any of you have experienced hurt or pain or guilt or shame or heartbreak or like a terrible breakup or someone broke your heart, like it's really hard to trust again. Like, believe me, I understand that feeling. I understand that feeling. And I will tell you that the scariest thing to do is trust, but the greatest thing to do is trust. I wouldn't be engaged right now if I didn't trust. I wouldn't be moving forward to where I want to be and go in different areas of my life if I didn't trust. It's scary. Feel that fear, lean into it and say, I'm going to try. So start with small things, like ordering on a menu, looking at the menu and saying, I would like to have the soup. I'll have the soup. Should I have the salad? Just order the soup. Order the soup. Go with it. And in the same, you're flexing the muscle of trust. Okay. Let me know if that answered your question. Cord cutting is really awesome. FYI, especially done in a bath with Epsom salt. There are YouTube videos on this. I have a cord cutting meditation that you guys can use. I will share it with you. It's old. I'll put it in the replay, cord cutting, because I don't have the time to, I don't want to pull that up. I don't want to waste your guys' time doing that. Okay, Dana, so maybe you answered this, but I've heard that anyone can channel, but I've done so many trainings, meditations, etc. I'm not really able to. I feel like I'm imagining or making things up. Can you get a feeling for what is going on with this? So Dana, you do not trust yourself. The biggest thing for channeling and for intuitiveness and for all of that is trust, is faith, is belief. The other thing is that your channel, your body, your mind, your energy is probably not clear. And so again, that's a thing that we will work on. And we will be doing in the Activate Your Magic Intensive. Honestly, if any of you guys have a desire to tap into your intuition more, and to learn channeling more or be more connected on a spiritual level, like this is going to be a great experience for you. And you get a lot of work with me on this. But it's something that all of us have. All of us have a spiritual connection to something outside of ourselves. And we don't trust it, or it's overwhelming, or we're like, is this right? You've got to trust. Leaning in and trusting. The biggest thing I will say is it doesn't come from your mind. It doesn't make sense. It seems crazy. And that's right. That's it. So it's got to be in a safe space and a safe container where you feel safe to trust. And that's why I find it helpful to have a guide as you're learning this. For me, I was trying to navigate it on my own at first, and it was so overwhelming, and I was having like panic attacks, and I was just like, oh my God, what is this information? And you feel like a sensory overload, and there's so much. And so you've got to learn, there's things to learn, there's ways to protect you. Like there's lots of layers to it. And it doesn't have to be like impossible. So if you're wanting to like have an understanding of that, let's chat or check out the program. It's it's something that you've got to have a little bit more practice with for you to feel more comfortable and to be able to kind of execute it. I don't want to say execute it, that makes it feel less, but it will give you the opportunity to have a better understanding. How much is the full price? The program is $1,111 right now. And there's a payment plan that's available for it. And you are able to do either one. And like I said, if you sign up before the 22nd, it opens on the 22nd, but if you sign up before then, you are going to get a bonus call with me. If you have any specific questions about Activate Your Magic, you can ask in the Facebook group, in my You Are Magic Facebook group. And if you are interested, for sure. Yes. I would love to have you in. So any of you who are interested in the course, message me, or you can just click the link and sign up right away. You'll be added into the Facebook group. Like I said, there's payment plans available. Okay, perfect. So if anybody has questions or something came up, please email me. And if you have questions about the You Are Magic course or doing any work with me, you can reach out to me on my social media stuff is Katie Henry, Instagram at Dr. Katie Henry, email me katie@drkatiehenry.com. Thank you guys so much for showing up for this, for tuning in. I love teaching you, and I am so grateful that you took the time out of your day to have a deeper understanding on how you get to make this shift. I know that this is a time where there's a lot of things going on. I want you to know, and I want you to understand that you are magic. You can create whatever you want and whatever you desire. And sometimes you just need a little help and support, but the support and guidance that like myself or anyone will give you is not what is changing. You're changing it. You're doing the work, and you get to shift and you get to change things, and you get to create the life that you want, the business that you want, the romance that you want. You get to do all of it because it all lies within you. And that's what I want you to know and believe. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, reach out. I look forward to working with you further, and have a beautiful day.